Welcome to my YouTube channel. Sana panoorin itong video yung isi-share ko sa inyo sa araw na ito. Sana yung gusto mo. Maraming salamat. What you see is a map showing the boundaries. Boundaries are being emphasized by the borderline or embossed borderline with arrows that tells you the direction of these boundaries. Boundaries wherein the arrow are towards each other is a converging boundary, whereas the other boundaries which away from each other, that is diverging boundaries, and those that are aligned, that is the arrow is aligned with the boundary opposite to each other, is the transform fault boundary. As being mentioned, there are three types of boundaries. We have the converging boundaries, diverging boundaries, and the transform fault boundaries. In my earlier video uploaded already, I already discussed converging boundaries. So this time, let us discuss diverging boundaries. Always been said, diverging boundaries are boundaries that are going away from each other. So as we know, there are two types of crust. So we have continental and oceanic. And therefore, they have their plates, they have their edges, their boundaries. Let us consider the crust of oceanic that is diverging with another oceanic. So when oceanic crust diverges, getting away from each other, there is a formation of mountain ridges being observed. Where does this mountain ridge is coming when the plates are moving away? So when plates are moving away, the distance created by these two crust, oceanic crust, is widening. Then how come a ridge is being formed or a mountain is being formed on the ocean bed? So as these oceanic crusts are getting away from each other, we have to remember that the molten rock, the magma that is coming from the asthenosphere, the mantle, pressure is building up beneath the lithosphere. So as you know, when there is pressure, it is looking for an exit. Since these crusts are moving away from each other, the mantle, the magma from the mantle is rising up and occupy the space vacated by these two plates that are moving away. Mountain ridge is being created, and so the surface of the mountain ridge, there is that seafloor spreading. Is this seafloor spreading? This is the ocean bed that is now being filled up by the magma that is rising up from the mantle. The farther the crust to the boundary, the original boundary of these splitting plates are now younger. The area farther from the original boundary of these plates are getting older as it goes sideward. This seafloor spreading, it is being observed that magnetic reversal is happening. What does this magnetic reversal indicate? The magnetic reversal indicates that the magma that is coming from the mantle that is now occupying, once it is being hardened as it surfaces to the surface of the mountain ridge, it is coming from the mantle, so they are being dispersed, and so the magnetism, the north and the south, is no longer pointing to the north because this magma are distributed as it goes up. So to recap, what happened when two oceanic plates are diverging? Mountain ridge is being created. Floor is spreading. So proof to that is the magnetic reversal. The floor, it is away from the original boundary of these two oceanic plates, are the most younger, and the plate or the crust that is pushed sideward is the older one. That is for the two oceanic diverging plates.